I'm if I'm right or if I'm tilted, I get it mixed up. Diamond, can you see me? Can you see me correctly, should I say? I know you can see me. Can you see me correctly? That's the question. We're fine. Okay, good. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for tuning in to Callie's Homesteading with Pooh Bear. I'm your girl, Pooh Bear, and I have Selena and Diamond in the car with me today. We're about to go on a ride. So we're going to be on the way back to LA.
I'm on the road again.
On the road again. That's what we do. We are at Sonic's about to get our dinner.
Dinner?
Hi. Well,
It's 4 o'clock. What do you mean dinner?
Hi. Hey. Hey, Shin. Hey, Tammy. Hello.
I didn't see that say something.
I'm trying to come up with a plan, like with definitive dates and definitive times on when we're going to be going live. Hey, Duval.
Don't tell her.
Hey. I'm trying to come up with a time when Selena, when I know that my schedule is going to permit me to be consistent. So I haven't figured that time out yet. That's why I haven't really been going live as much as I would like to. I'm kind of thinking I might just start going live like maybe 3 or 4 times a week or something. I don't know. We have so much going on right now. I've been live, once this week. Hey, Soil Sister, how are you, Sherry? Okay, so everybody, just so y'all know, this month is our birthday month. Mine's is Sherry's. So you can just say happy birthday all month long to us because this is our birthday month. And I said they month instead of day month. But this is our birthday month. And we are just so excited. Yes, all month long. Yes, ma'am. So one of the things that I'm going to do, and I haven't been able to, I wanted to start it yesterday, but I wasn't able to, but it's going to be plant a seed a day until my birthday. My birthday is the 18th. So I'm going to be 2 days behind because I'm going to start it tomorrow. So I'm going to plant. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to do it a little different. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to plant whatever day it is. I'm going to plant that many seeds. Oh. I can do that. So, I told y'all we were at Sonic getting our food. That's okay. So everybody has to get an ice water. And 1 ice water, 2 ice waters. Straws. Selena's strawberry lemonade. I have my tea. Thank you, you too. So this is how I do it. Oh, the Diamond's ice water. When I come here, I get in Arnold Palmer. But what I do is I get pray for your food. I get the unsweetened tea with the lemonade. That way it's not too sugary. And I'm telling y'all, I didn't think that I was going to like it, but I actually fell in love with it. And I'm starting to make my own tea now. When I make my tea, not putting sugar in it, just putting lemonade in it. And that works for me. Hey, Swoop Like Me. So I got 2 corn dogs. Diamond got 1. 1 for Diamond, 1 for me. So back to what I'm going to be doing this month. I'm going to be planting a different type of a seed for whatever day it is. So I have to plant something for yesterday, 1 seed, and then for today, that'll be 2 seeds. So then tomorrow, that'll be 3. And they have to be different. So this is going to be interesting because this is going to force me to be in my garden planting my stuff. And so I love when I do things like that because it forces me to be accountable for what I need to do, because I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I got so I'm not gonna say I got defeated. I wasn't defeated, but I'll say I felt depleted. How about that? With energy of trying to start growing my stuff when I felt like I was getting my butt handed to me in the garden. Like whether it was with my starts and the heat just killing everything, even though it was under the cover, our carport, it was just so hot because we are right now. It is 3:54. Let me tell y'all what the weather is. It says 114. Y'all think I'm lying? Let me show you.
You better put the phone down.
I'm about to put the phone down, Selena. Turn around. Y'all see that? 114 degrees. So I was just like, I'm gonna wait till it gets a little bit cooler because we have a weather warning, severe weather warning every day. Yeah, the heat wave. Y'all saw that said 114 degrees. And it's almost 4 o'clock in the evening. Right, that part. And I'm not even in the South. I'm in California. So I'm just like, I took a moment off of gardening. I've been trying to focus on working and getting my birds and preparing for my pigs and everything. Sherry, I don't know if you saw that video. Hi, my Cassandra. Hey, sis. I don't know if you saw the video I did earlier this week, Sherry, but I found me some meat pigs. I have another video that I'm going to be posting. I went to a lady by the name of Nana's. I went to her homestead. She has pigs, but I've been told by other people to be careful because what she's offering to sell to me, they say are potbelly pigs, and it's not a lot of meat. They said I'll probably get like 80 pounds worth of meat, but that potbelly pigs are more so for pets or lard. So I found someone that actually has meat birds. I'm so stuck on birds. Meat pigs. So they are going to be born soon. And so I'm going to listen to me, I'm learning the lingo. I'm going to get 1 boar and 3 sows. Selena is a hater, y'all. Selena is a hater, y'all. Oh,
Girl,
it's so good. It's not sweet, like sugar sweet. It's refreshing. I think that's what I like about it, because the lemonade is tart, so it makes you want to pucker, but the sugarless unsweetened tea makes it seem more refreshing. Feeder pigs. You said ours are feeder pigs. Okay. I gotta learn those. Oh, Brookshire. Yes. I think he said that some of them were Brookshire. I'm not sure. I have to go back and watch the video. It was like so much I was trying to take in, and then the flies. I don't know if y'all saw, but I kept doing like this because the flies were like coming for me, and I had to figure out what kind of body cream I can make to prevent flies, because I use citronella and I use like rosemary and stuff like that for mosquitoes, but I haven't come up with something for flies yet, so I got to figure that out. Long pigs. Oh, for chop. Okay, bacon. Yeah, yeah. So that's what we're getting. And he said they get up to like, they can be like between 500 to 1,000 pounds. And he was showing me like the dad. The dad was big. He's a big one. So
You should have never said Alex is stupid. You flicked her off. Wow.
my kids. So I'm looking forward to that. But what? We may butcher ours early. Oh, I thought you guys were waiting. I thought you said you were waiting till what, the beginning of the year, right? Okay. Well, what we're gonna do is starting another business. You already know. So what we're doing is that's why we're getting the one. See, I just sound so like I knew what I was talking about a second ago, and now I forgot it already. Oh shoot, one boy and three girls. How about that? Three sows and one. What's the boy called? I forgot already. I don't know. What's he called, Diamond?
What?
The boy pig. What's he called?
Pig.
The boy pig. I just knew it. I can't remember. Okay. Anywho, I'm getting those because the one I keep wanting to say doe, and I know that is so a deer, and that is not what I'm talking about. Anyway, the one boy and the three girls will make me a whole lot of pigs because the way Mr. Tony at the, it's called Flores Family Farm. Flores Family Farm. Yes. And what Mr. Tony was boar. Thank you. Like Drake. I'm like, no, that is a duck. Okay, what is it? Yeah, boar. So one boar and
Girl, if you don't say
stop.
please.
One boar and three
Please.
sows. Oh God, I gotta go to sleep. Y'all, I'm running off of no air, no time, no sleep. But I know I said everything. I got a scatterbrain right now. It's really bad right now. Y'all can really see. What?
She just snatched from me.
No snatching. Let's be nice.
You gonna do that?
So, are you talking to me? Girl? I told her no snatching, and I heard, what are you gonna do about it? She gonna make me pull this car over. Okay, talk to your sister like that. All right. I do not have a white voice. I have an Atlanta voice.
No, because I asked Sadie to wanna everybody and then they got tomatoes.
Just because I'm from South Central and Compton, and don't talk like I'm from South Central or Compton or Detroit for that matter, does not mean that I talk white. I talk like you.
Cat. Let's get a cat.
They forever coming for me.
Getting a cat.
We're getting 3
My
cats.
friend's sister giving away. She can't have a cat.
So, anyway,
Giving them away.
thank you. My grandmother was from Detroit. She was born and raised in Detroit, but she was in a predominantly white neighborhood. And so she was very refined and very proper. And she went to college at Wayne State back in the 30s, 40s. And then she went to the Army and she was secretary. Shout out. So diction, enunciation, pronunciation, all was like very important to her, and she raised me. So I mean, I still say ain't every now and then, it'll come out. But it is not an excuse.
No, because I told Tawana, she said yes, it was always like that since
I've always talked like this. This is just who I am.
shouldn't be born away, girl.
I should not. I was born how God wanted me to be.
I know that, but like, no.
They are really coming for me.
No, when it was grandma, she would call her, be like, what's up?
I do say what's up to my mama
You be like, what's
when
up?
she was alive. I'd be like, what's up, mama?
No, you did
Yeah.
not say what's up. You said what's up.
Oh,
So,
that's an ongoing joke. I shall.
she giving them away. Say yes.
What cat? From where?
My friend's sister giving away a cat. She can't keep them no more.
How big is the cat?
So yes.
I'm not saying yes. We have 3 cats already coming.
Okay, we could have 4.
They're going to be outside because they're not going to be in my
This
house.
is a house cat.
We can have 1 house cat. Everything else has got to be outside. I'm not about to have a no ma'am, no him, no Pam.
You gotta raise it first. So they're gonna be in the house.
I'm not in South Central right now. I'm in Southern California, but I live in San Bernardino County.
Wow.
Oh yeah, no, I'm in San Bernardino County. I'm by Apple Valley. So, back to what I was saying before these 2 little children rudely interrupted me. I was getting my butt handed to me by the weather and everything. Hey, African Dreaming. Hey, family. I want to say to sidebar people, I'm sorry. I say something to my bro and my sis. I really enjoyed that live. I really could relate to a lot that you guys were talking about. For me, I feel like there's so much that we should be loving our culture on and loving the differences of each other on, that it really just bothers me that we are allowing the mentality of Willie Lynch to still be with our people. That's a pretty cat. That's a pretty cat. We'll see, is it declawed? Because I don't want nothing coming in and messing up my couches and all of that stuff. But you have to find all that out. Has had vaccinations, has had shots, all these things. We need to have all of that understood before we go get cat.
We're good today.
Go
back. We can.
So I appreciated that. Even with GT talking about his parenting situation, I applaud GT for all that he's doing, being a dad, because that is so important. Being a child that wasn't raised with a father, I had father figures, i.e. whoever my mama's boyfriend was at the time. If they liked me, then they were my daddy. And then when they broke up, it was like I'm back to being an orphan. To all of my awesome uncles. I have 5 uncles. 5 uncles, and then I have like great uncles. But my uncles were pivotal in my life. Like they gave me all the love and the guidance, and my step pops. I don't care his lifestyle, whatever. He had my back. So I understand where he's coming from, because I've been in my daughter's life their whole life. I've been in my son's life their whole life. And being married to Earl, he wasn't raised with his father either. And I see how it was really challenging for him trying to figure out life, trying to navigate without that father figure. Hi, I can't see. I think it's Natasha. Hi, Kim. Oh God, the sun is in my face. I think it's Miss Kim. Hi, thanks for tuning in with us. We're just going for a ride and talking. I got 2 of the girls, 2 of the 4 in here, but I have talked to Earl. And he's told me like how difficult it was for him to not have a dad. And he had his grandfather and he had his uncles and his brother's dad periodically, in parts of his life. But he just went through a lot of, who am I? If I don't know who my father is, I don't know who half of me is. Where do I come from? Who are my people? As far as he knows, because he doesn't know his father, if I didn't definitively know who my father was, We could have been brother and sister and not known. I mean, it's just I know who my daddy is. I got my genealogy done, so I know. Okay,
Because it's between three people.
I'm positive it's not.
You sure? Because it's between three people.
No, the person who I didn't want to be my dad actually is my dad. But Johnny's still my daddy. Johnny, my daddy. I don't care what nobody say. Right. So anyway, that's between me and these girls. My biological never wanted me. He said I wasn't his. He didn't want to have anything to do with me. And then when he died, we found out that, unfortunately, he really is my father. I love my cousins. I love my sisters, my aunts, my brothers, all of them. It was just him because he didn't want me. And I fought for so many years to try to get him to love me, and it just never happened. And so the person who did want the job actually isn't my father, which is so crazy because I looked and act so much like him. Like if I show y'all pictures of me and him versus me and my biological.
Jackie said, where are we?
Tell her we're on the 15 freeway. We're getting on the 15 freeway. She got a while. So we should be there within hopefully an hour and a half to give Mika time to get off of work. So yeah, I mean, I applaud. I had to put my charger on. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'm just so excited to see my brothers really wanting to be fathers to their children. It's just so important. Oh no, he didn't need to make. You're absolutely right. Who was that? Spoons and sunshine. Spoon with sunshine. Sunshine. Let me tell you something. For the longest time, I struggled because I'm the oldest. So I have my own mom. My brother under me, he has his own mom, and then my father got married, and then he had kids with his wife, and then he was in the military, and he spread the seed. He just spread the seed. Garden tool, spread the seed. So I think I'm the oldest of like 9 or something like that. And so I don't know. I know the 5 of us for sure, but I hear stories about other kids that I'll probably never meet. I don't know. But anyway, all of the rejection that I got, brothers, I don't just mean black men, I mean all you males that have children and you don't want to be in their lives, maybe this will help you. Because my biological did not want me, I was born into rejection. No, I should be talking about this. And this is a good reason that I'm bringing this up with you girls. And well, good thing that I'm bringing this up with you girls, because this is something that you girls, we all need to hear. So when you are born needing the love and the validation from your mother and your father. When you don't get that, you look for it in other places. You look for it in other men. So when I started off being born, I'm rejected by my dad. Then my mom gets boyfriends and they are my part-time temporary dads. But then they leave. So once they leave, they turn off I want to be your dad. So now I'm by myself again. Then my mom gets into a long-term relationship when I'm like 2.5, and she was with him until I was 5 because he got murdered. So now I don't have a daddy again. Then she gets with another guy, and I mean, she has other boyfriends in between, but by then I was starting to get calloused. I didn't, whatever. Bye, over there. Mm-hmm. Then she gets another boyfriend that I really loved, and he's my daddy. No, I never felt like that about Lee. I'm talking about Junior. Girl, please. No. And so, my mom had a lot of boyfriends. My mama was beautiful. She was not a garden tool. No, she was not. But when you pissed her off and she got tired of you, she let you go. Off, done with you, and on to the next. Yeah. If anything, she was a pimp, right? So anyway, Selena said she was a pimp. I'm like, yeah, if anything. But then my mother got with Junior, and they were together for like 3 or 4 or 5 years, maybe. Then they broke up, and he never stopped wanting to be my dad, but they lost contact. So because they lost contact, I don't have a dad again. So
Excuse me.
yes.
He's not declared, but he has a shot.
Okay.
And he said we can meet at 10 walk-in, and he has a carrier.
Wait, y'all trying to get us? We trying to take this cat home with us
She
today?
can't keep it no more. You gotta get evicted.
Okay, we gotta figure this out.
Can't keep it.
You gotta call your daddy and talk to your dad about that.
You gotta call Miss Darlene.
Oh yeah, Miss Darlene too, because that cat probably is used to moving around the house. And my birds are in there. I don't know how that. I got 30 birds in the house right now.
Nobody. Yeah, this is a house cat. The way you can't go spin around.
We gotta figure it out. Okay, so anyway.
Say yes?
No, I said call your dad.
Okay.
So then she got with another guy, and I loved him so much. And then they broke up, but we still kept in contact with the family. So he was kind of sort of in my life, but he had really said some really damaging things in the heat of, moment of anger. So I wasn't really having anything to do with him at the time, but I still loved him, and he still loved me. He had my name, and stuff tattooed on him. We loved each other. We were just going through, a thing. And so then he got killed. But the whole time, my biological was there. I live around the corner from his sisters. I'm going to school with his nieces and nephews and everything. And I mean, I graduated with my cousin from elementary school and from high school. It wasn't like I wasn't there, but I wasn't there because he didn't allow me in his life. I was in my family's life, but not my father's life. So because of all of the rejection and the abandonment, it made me look for love where I shouldn't have been, because I wasn't getting the void the hole in my heart was never fulfilled. The love that a daughter is supposed to get from her father, I was never given that from my father. And so although I had my uncles there to love on me, it wasn't the same because that wasn't what I needed. So I thought I wanted him to love me. And you brothers out there need to really understand, if you want to go sleep with a girl, I can't tell you not to, but what I will tell you is to please take into consideration the damage that you can do to a child if you don't want to be with that mama. If you can't look at that woman and say, I can see being with you for the rest of my life because I'm going to be connected with you for the rest of my life. If we conceive a child, don't sleep with her because the damage, or protect yourself, because the damage that you can do to an innocent child is just detrimental, it's reckless, and it's wrong. Because I grew up feeling unloved and unwanted by my father, and it had nothing to do with me. He didn't want to be in a relationship with my mother, so he took it out on me. And then I grew up trying to just build a relationship with him, and he always shut the door in my face. And then he died. So now the opportunity for me to be daddy's little girl, I will never have it because he's dead. And then just last year, we actually did the Ancestry.com, and my brother, his son, had done it prior to me, showed up that, my son did it first. And it showed that my son was my brother's closest relative on there. And then I did it. And of course, I'm the closest relative on there. So it shows that he really is my brother. But this is the thing. All the years that my father denied me made me feel worthless, made me feel unloved. I thought, I wasn't pretty enough. I wasn't intelligent enough. I tried and tried and tried. I was on everything. I played volleyball, basketball, cheerleading, drill team. I was in everything. And my father didn't care. The only reason he came to my graduations wasn't for me. His niece was graduating. So it was just a bonus that he got to see me walk the stage. But if it would have just been me, he would not have been there. So for the longest time, I struggled with that. I had so many hangups. I just wanted to be loved. So if a guy told me he loved me, I'd be like, oh, okay, we're gonna be with you, you know. And I mean, it was ridiculous. I thank God so much that Earl got me when I was 19, because he saved me from so much. And he has been there with me throughout. Well, I mean, we argue, fuss and fight, break up, make up, whatever. That man has been right there every step of the way. And he's really shown me that I do deserve to be loved, and I can be loved, and I am lovable. And I mean, nobody's perfect, but I mean, you know, we're riding this out 27 years and going, you know. But I was at a comedy show with my mom. My mom was performing. Y'all know my mom was a rapper back, you know, until she died. She was still rapping until she died. But this woman said, she was a comedian. She said, have any of y'all ever had to go to therapy because your parents broke up or because your father wasn't in your life? And a lot of people were raising their hands. I hope that it's not messing up. I'm trying to check my hotspot. Okay. Am I choppy, Diamond? Am I choppy, y'all? Can y'all see me? Am I okay? So she said, I had to go to therapy for the other reason. She said, I had to go to therapy because my father stayed. She said, not many children wish that their father would just be out of their lives. She said, my father was a mean, blah, 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 blah. She said, and he took all of his frustrations and anger and everything out on us, and he effed us up. And so I've been in therapy. She said, this stage, this is my therapy. I see a psychiatrist, but this is my therapy because I get to get it out. And she said, a lot of y'all wish that your father would have, wish my father would have left. And then I started thinking about it. Like, dang, I dodged a bullet not having this man in my life. Because when I look at how he was in my siblings' lives, I'm doing good. You know, I was like, not having him. And then my auntie, his sister, said the same thing. She said, niece, you gotta let it go. God spared you. And I looked and I said, yo, she's absolutely right. I dodged a bullet. So brothers, if you cannot be a good, full-time, to the best of your capability parent to your kids, don't make these kids. And I'm gonna say this, it's a saying, the worst horrible father is a stepfather. If that's who you are, you need to be ashamed of yourself and repent and change. How can you father somebody else's kids if you can't father your own? Like, yo, that's not cool. Because what it does is any opportunity that your child, your biological child, might have of being, you know, friends or forming a bond with your girls, your new girls, kids, why would I want to kick it with you who get my father every day when I hardly ever get my dad? You're not my sister. Like, yo, you and it's gonna cause a wedge of jealousy because why can't my daddy be with her or him all the time but not with me? Why is my daddy going to their father-daughter dance and going to the school functions and taking them to school, but you can't take me to school? Why is it if you do pay child support, you're only paying child support? Children need more than your money. Like, real talk. Most children would prefer to have the time and not the money. A lot of mothers, not all, but a lot of mothers would prefer for their fathers, the fathers of their children, to be in their children's lives versus money. It's not always about the money, it's about the time. Because let me explain something, and I know I'm kind of shifting a little bit, but when it comes to child support, men think that, oh, all she wants is my money. Yo, if that child is not going home with you every night, let me explain something. Let's say you give her $500 a month. So you're giving your baby mama, your ex-wife, whatever, $500 a month to take care of your kid. Let's say that kid does go to school. She's got to get school clothes. She's got to get, if it's a son, haircuts. If it's a girl, get that girl, keep her hair done. Hygiene, toothpaste, deodorant, toothbrushes, body soaps, feminine hygiene, all of these different things. When your child is sick at night and throwing up and everything, that mom is right there. And I'm going to be honest, there are some fathers that are full-time fathers and the moms are part-time. This goes for you too. Shame on you too. When they get diarrhea, who's cleaning that up? When they throwing up, who's cleaning that up? You know what I'm saying? When their heart gets broken, who's there? Who's sitting up in the middle of the night when they have a bad dream and they can't go back to sleep? All of these things is not about the money. Because the money, do they have a roof over their head? I don't care if you give her $500 a month and she takes your $500 and goes and gets her hair and nails done. Hold up. Let me help y'all out right quick.
Oh, she gotta give it
Rent, mortgage, car. She's a taxi driver. She's a chef because she's got to buy all the food. She's cooking the food. She's got to do the laundry. All of these things that she's doing for your child because you're not there. Yo, you giving her $500 a month, but she's paying the light bill, the gas bill, the car insurance, the car note. She's buying all the food. She's buying all the clothes. She's getting your kid back and forth to the doctor. She's getting your kid back and forth to school. She's going to parent-teacher conferences. She's doing all of these things, or he's doing all of these things, whoever the present parent is. And if she goes and gets her hair and nails done, but your kid is getting everything provided for her. Now, I'm not talking about those women that live, that are paying $30 a month for rent. And your kid looks like it should be on a cover or something saying starving in Africa. I'm not talking about those kids. I'm talking about the kids that are looking good. They have, the hygiene, everything is on point. The present parent is doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm not roasting kids. No, I am not. Okay? So, I'm saying it is a lot to be a full-time parent. It is a lot. Hey, Carbon Q. It is so much. We have to do so much. It does not stop. Sage, safe travels. Thank you. Yes. I mean, it's a lot. And I can speak from a single parent's perspective, although Earl and I have always been together. He was in the Navy. He would be gone 6 to 9 months at a time. And I'd be at home with 3 or 4 kids by myself. So I can relate to being a single parent because I had those kids by myself and I still had a daycare. I had my own business and everything. So I grind while taking care of my kids, So, and I did not get a day off. I did not get a day off. And when I had my daycare, I worked like this. I worked for the people who had children that were single parents in the military, and they needed to, leave their kids so they could go deploy or whatever. So I had those kids too, along with mine. So I know what it feels like to be a single parent, even if it was temporary. We did 4 deployments in 8 years. So if you know anything about being in the military, in the Navy, when you are not deployed, you're prepping for deployment. And then after you come back from being deployed, then you decompose for a minute, and then you start prepping again for deployment. So that means that you go out maybe a month doing drills to prepare for deployment, because you always have new people coming in, new equipment, all of these things. So it's a constant turnaround. And so he would be gone a lot even when he was here. So I totally get it, and my heart goes out to single parents. And this is pretty much why I'm saying that. Plus the children. The children, the arguing over the money and all that stuff. The kid just is like, I just want to hang out with you. I just want to know who you are. I just want to know what you're about. What do we have in common? How can we build a relationship? But one of the things, and I'm telling you, like, I never felt any way towards my siblings because he chose them and not me, because they didn't have nothing to do with that. I blamed him for the decision that he made. But a lot of kids don't look at it like that. But a lot of kids will feel like this, inadequate. I felt very inadequate. And a lot of single children that are born, that don't have their parents, the parent that is missing, they feel inadequate. They feel unloved. They feel less than. They feel undesired. And so then when they get into their adult life, the person who now has to come in and be their partner has to undo all of the bull crap that you've caused. Your spouse feels unloved. You've got to show them that they're lovable, that they're worthy of being loved. All of that hurts. Diamond, can you see if I'm glitchy? It's like we have to think ahead. If I sleep with this person, what could happen? Like right now, huh? You don't have service? I talk to my kids. I talk to my cousins. I'm fine, great. I talk to them about the what ifs. They get mad at me because they're like, you're always thinking the worst. And I was raised to always hope for the best but plan for the worst. So that way, if the worst happens, you're prepared. Sugar free. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Oh, y'all know what? I'm trying to get this video from Jeremiah because we were driving down Bear Valley Road Tuesday, and I was on the phone talking to somebody. I wasn't live. Was I live? I might have been live. I don't know. I think I was just talking to somebody. And Jeremiah goes, Mom, there goes Sugar Free right there. And he was in a bomb lowrider. Tell Darlene I have to call her back because I'm live right
press
now.
You connect phone button
And so,
to answer. Call
anyway,
rejected.
I'm like, there goes Sugar. He says there goes Sugar Free. I'm like, no. I'm like, that's a vato. I'm like, that's a cholo in the lowrider. Pretty lowrider. And so he's like, Mom, I'm telling you that's Sugar Free. So I started driving real slow so I could pull up by him, trying to be, inconspicuous, but Diamond, I'm live. Why are you so loud?
Right.
And so I'm looking. Now Jeremiah, he's already got his phone out. He's recording. And I'm like, hey, Sugar Free. And he was like, and he's like, what's up? I'm like, how you doing? And he was like, I'm good. I said, my son said that was you. I wasn't sure, so I just had to see. I was like, nice to meet you. He's like, you too, or whatever it said. So Jeremiah recorded it. I'm trying to convince him
What?
to send it to me. He said he put it on Instagram Live, something. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure that part out. Selena,
It's okay. It's not going out. It's gonna be out the room, but it's not gonna be out like that. Jeremiah was gonna put a thing in his room anyway. That was not even gonna be in the kitchen.
so they're arguing about the cat. I'm not getting in that. So we're not prepared for a cat. We don't have any cat food. We don't have anything, any cat litter. We don't have nothing for a cat. And by the time we get back to LA, by the time we get back up the hill, everything's gonna be closed. So anyway, yeah, we kind of sort of met Sugar Free. I was like, okay, so he's out in
You don't
Victorville.
got money for the
Cool
cook?
beans. But back to the parenting thing. We have to just make sure that when we make these babies that they are made out of love, and if we make a decision that we got to live with, then let's live with it, and let's teach these children what it means to be loved by their parents, because so many of them just don't have a clue. And I'm one of them, and so I overcompensate. I was very deliberate and determined that I was gonna get married before I had kids, and that my children were gonna be raised in the household with their mom and dad, because I was raised by my family, Earl was raised by his family. My mom had me at 14. She didn't have it together. I made a decision. I wasn't going to be a teen mom. That wasn't going to be a thing. I was going to be saved. I was going to be living for God. That was going to be my life, and I was going to be a woman that I could be proud of, and that my kids could be proud of me. Again, not perfect, but my kids can never say that they never had food, because y'all all know I keep food. They may not want to go cook, but there's food there always. They've never known what it feels like to not have lights or gas or anything like that. And even when we were homeless, I made sure that they were fine. They slept in my auntie's house. We slept in the van. That's just how it was. And that was only for a hot moment. It was like a week or two. But we took care of it, And they've always seen mom work, dad work. We don't play that mess. They saw us graduate from college together and everything. We've tried to show our children what it is, and not that we're picture perfect by far. We're not in the least. But I'm trying to show them that even though parents have their ups and their downs, we're going to co-parent, and we're going to do our best to work this thing out, to give them better opportunities, and I wish that my parents could have been that way. They decided that wasn't what they wanted for themselves, so it wasn't that way for us, but it's all good.
Incoming call. Press
no
U
harm, no
connect phone
foul.
button to answer.
Um,
Call rejected.
I think it just made me look at life a lot differently, because I saw like a lot of people, they looked down on us when we got married. They said stuff like, she must be pregnant. Y'all only known each other for 3.5 months. And we hadn't even kissed. Like, we kept because we were saved, and we kept our relationship completely pure until we got married. And so it was just like, so many people hated on us. That was supposed to be like our church family and family. Like I was sharing with Ed the other day, my great aunt, my grandfather's sister, was a reverend For those of you who know James Cleveland, she was a reverend at his church. She was a part of his choir. She sang with Kurt Carr. And I'm going to leave that at that. Anywho, she told Earl and I before we got married, why don't you guys just live together for a year and see if you guys still want to get married after that? And if you do, I will give you guys the wedding of your dreams. So I had to, first of all, let me say this. I have a problem with people trying to control me. It just naturally makes me rebel. Even if what you're saying made sense, just because you're trying to force me to do it, I'm not going to do it. I missed out on an opportunity to go to Clark Atlanta because my godmother wanted me. All my life, she had been saving up for my college fund and everything. And then when it came time for me to graduate and go to college, she was trying to force it. She made that was her year she was going to retire. And she had got this house built out in Atlanta and everything. And so I had never really spent any time with this woman. I didn't really know her like that. I had another godmother, two other godmothers that had always been present in my life. This godmother, didn't really know her like that. I met her when I was 16. So in order for me to go to college now, she had picked the college. She wanted me to go to Clark Atlanta because moving with her. Absolutely not. I'm not doing that. Well, I'm not going to pay for your tuition. Okay, then don't pay for my tuition. I'll figure it out. I got it. So I told her, no, thank you. And we got married. Now, I have service. I'm back. When I don't have service, it tells me. So I said all that to say, the people who were supposed to back us and love us turned against us, put us down, talked about us. Some of them are no longer on this earth, on this realm. A lot of the people who were married and everything, they're divorced. Guess what? We still together. Because we had to pick and choose for ourselves. But we had to do for each other. We had to pour into each other. He had to pour love into me, and I had to pour love into him because our backgrounds are so similar. Same, oldest of five that we know of. Other siblings, of course, his father has other siblings. He doesn't know his dad, my dad, whatever. You know, we weren't raised with our siblings. I mean, it's just, everything, basically, our history is basically the same. So he needed a mother figure to love upon him. Not that I'm trying to be his mama, but he needed the love of a woman, like Johnny Gill's song, Soul of a Woman. He needed the love of a woman. And because he had his granddaddy, I needed the love of a man. We gave that to each other. And so we've been able to help each other somewhat along the way, you know, but everybody doesn't get that. And then we sit up and we see these young girls out on street corners and we want to talk about them and dog them and victimize them and shame them and everything, instead of going, what made that girl get on the corner? Is she on the corner because she got kicked out of her household? Does she have family? Was she in a foster home, you know, and got taken out? No. Why was the boy or the man so easy to manipulate this girl into following him and going into that type of a lifestyle? It's so quick, so easy, and we're so quick to sit up and judge these people, these young women and these young men that are out there living lives that we feel are so undesirable, which they are, because I mean I could never, but you know, whatever. But instead of shaming them and condemning them, what do we do to try to help these people? Because a lot of these girls are out here on anybody's stroll. For us in California, we always talk about Figueroa, but it's other streets. And in other states, y'all have, there's others. But what are we doing to help them? Are we showing them love? See, Selena said she's talking. No, she said who? We. She said, I'll call her my homie. Now, I'm going to tell y'all. I have family that had that lifestyle. Do I condemn them because of it? No, I love them regardless. They're not living that lifestyle anymore. But when I was a kid, I had family members that lived that life. My mom was one. I'm not ashamed to say it because she said it. It is what it is, Or they're on drugs. Or, all of these people are, what? How do I always know the shortcuts? Because I'm me.
Okay, first of all, we haven't even lived here that long.
We don't have to have lived here that long. I'm me. I don't like sitting in traffic, so I'm going to know the shortcuts.
I know because sometimes when we was in LA, and we lived there for a long time, and then you took...
I'm always taking streets that people don't know nothing about.
It was a lot of us.
That's
in the car,
me.
and you just took a whole shortcut when you were already there.
That's right. That's what I do. But I'm just saying, you guys, let's not condemn. Let's try to help. And men, don't prey on girls that are vulnerable. Like, you suck big time if that's what you're doing. Like, you're disgusting. To prey on vulnerable girls that are just looking to be loved, that just want somebody to show them that they are worthy, and then you make them feel worse than by manipulating them and tricking them into doing stuff. Do I see what?
All of that.
That's not a lot. Oh, you don't want to go that way? Let's go this way, Selena. I got another route for you. How about this? Tell me what you think about this route. So, I'm just saying, y'all, we as a people need to show so much more love and so much more responsibility for not just ourselves, but for those around us. We have to love up on each other, because I don't know if y'all are paying attention, but because we don't have the unity, and that's what GT was talking about, and African Dreamer was talking about, just like the unity and everything that's going on. We're losing. I was just talking to my husband's coworker. He I don't want to go into all of that, but basically what I told him was this: when it comes to being a Black woman, we are constant. I'm not in that. I'm not in the pool, but as a Black woman, we are in a really bad space, because you figure Black women outnumber Black men, some like what, 4. So when you take the gangs, the drugs, the alcohol, well, alcohol is a drug, the inmates, or those that were inmates but now have records, and you can't really acquire a lot of things. I mean, you can maneuver around it, but there's limits to that. And then you got your down lows and the guys that just want to be players. They don't ever really want to settle down ever. They just want to, flop here and there. What's really left? We don't have a lot of real brothers that really want to be, an outstanding man. And the problem with that is a lot of these males, can't call them men, a lot of these males have learned these piss poor bad behaviors by the men in their lives, or lack thereof, aka absentee fathers. I so much appreciated GT. If you guys didn't watch African Dreamings live, you might want to go check that out because it was an awesome live. I understand it was like a 5-hour live or something like that, but well worth it. Let me tell you that. Although I didn't watch the whole thing, I know my brother, I know my sister, it was well worth it. If you have a son and you're not present in their life and they become a nothing, how much of that is your responsibility? How much of that is your fault? Because you did not pour into him. Even if you don't know how to be a good man, you know how to teach your son how to be the opposite of you. Like, my mama was a gangbanger, she was a drug dealer, she was a dope dealer, she was a prostitute, she was a drug addict, she was all of that. You see my life, go the opposite direction. That's what my mama told me, go the opposite direction. And because of that, I've never done drugs, never smoked a cigarette, I've never done anything. Because I saw the life that my mom was living. She did so much wrong, but the right she did was, number one, she did not abort me. She gave me life. And she was present to the best of her capabilities. I can never say, he has on a Jason mask. I can never say that she wasn't there at all. I say I had a part, and when I had my events at school, she was there. I can't remember. I can't remember being 5 years old in kindergarten, and we had to have a parent-teacher conference. So you're talking 1980. My mom was a dancer. She was a pop locker. She was a part of a group and all of this stuff. She did it out. My mom lived that life. And she had a lot of fun, and she knows a lot of famous people because of it. But my mom came to the parent-teacher conference looking like she just came off a Soul Train. Like, she was dressed like a locker. Like Rerun back in the day with the suspenders and everything. So I'm 5, she's 19, and this is how she comes to my parent-teacher conference. So she got offended, and I wasn't trying to hurt her feelings, but I asked her if she couldn't come to any more of my parent-teacher conferences, but if she would just have my grandma come, because my grandmother was a professional. And it hurt my mom, and I wasn't trying to, and it hurt me that I hurt her, but I was embarrassed because I got teased. All of my other classmates' parents, for the most part, looked, because I went to private school. I went to Seventh-day Adventist school in kindergarten, and their parents were professionals. And my mother was a locker. So, yeah. What? Can I hurry up? So do what? You ready to go to sleep? So she's ready to go to sleep. I'm in her way because I'm talking to you. So, we have to be more aware of what we're doing, because the damage can be catastrophic to a child. I shared with you guys before when I realized how bad I felt in that scene from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Will's dad came back into his life and then left again. And he was like, why won't he love me? Why doesn't my dad love me? Why doesn't he want me? That hurt me for so long. It doesn't hurt me anymore. I've been freed from that. But I had to free myself. And for years I wanted to, but I didn't know how. But once I realized that I was saved by him not being in my life, I felt so much better. I'm happy. Y'all, it's raining. No, Selena, look, those are raindrops. It's 101 where we are, and it's raining. Yeah, we're under a big rain cloud on the freeway. Where we are, it's not 115 like where we were. We're in Ontario now, so it's 101, and it's raining. Crazy, huh? But yeah, I'm not gonna keep you guys. I've ranted long enough, so I'm gonna let y'all go. So thanks for tuning in to Callie's Homestead and the Pooh Bear. I'm your girl Pooh Bear. God willing, I'll see y'all soon. Tomorrow I will be doing my video on day number 6 seeds, 5 seeds. I'll be dropping 5 different seeds. Okay, see you guys soon. Please click like, subscribe, share. Like this was something that other people could benefit from, because I know I touched on a lot of topics because I'm all like this. But you're right, it is good therapy, yes. But I feel like God allowed me to go through so many different ups and downs and highs and lows and everything in my life, because other people were going to go through them as well. And I can say, hey, for one, I dealt with it. Or don't do this. I did that, and don't go down that alley. But I can help people. That's why I was going to school to be a therapist. Pre-med scholarship was in psychiatry, because that's what I really want to help people. So if I can help all my life, if any of this, my ears really need to pop. If I can help anybody with any of this, and then amen. Because a lot of men don't really think about the effect long term that their absence in their kids' lives, how it really affects them. And a lot of men think that it's about the money. It's not just about the money. Definitely, you need to help take care of your kid, but it's not just about the money. It's about the quality time. And I'm going to say something else. Moms need a break. Sometimes having your kid go to their father's house gives you an opportunity to replenish yourself, because being a mom can be very depleting. You have to do everything. And I'm not hating on it. I had 6. I wanted them. The only thing I tell y'all all the time, the only thing I would change, if I could change anything, is I would have more. I always wanted this life. Like, that's not even a question. But it never ends. You have to be the teacher. You have to be the cook. You have to be the housekeeper. You have to be the chauffeur. You have to be the therapist. You have to be everything. Got to be the doctor and the nurse. You have to be everything at all times. And just because they get grown, that does not mean anything. You still are mom forever. You are mom. You still are dad forever. But we have to make sure that we make those moments last, because eventually we're going to be gone. And what's the legacy going to be? that we leave with our families, with our children? Are they going to say, yep, my dad and my mom may not have worked, but my mom and my dad still made time for me, stayed relevant in my life, were there for me? Or are they going to say, they gave up on each other, so they gave up on me? Only you can live your life, but unfortunately, you won't be the one to tell your story when you're gone. You won't be. So what's going to be the take back from it? My dad did the best that he could do, and he was there. He made sure that I was a priority to him. My mom made sure that I was a priority to her. Or they didn't care. So many kids in the foster system, so many kids walking around with empty hearts because the love that they were supposed to get from their family, from their parents, they never got it. So they lived their whole lives unfulfilled. They lived their whole lives trying to be overachievers to get their parents' validation. If I bust my butt and play basketball this good and get a basketball scholarship or get drafted into the NBA or whatever, then my dad will come to my games. Then my dad will make time for me. Then my mom will pay attention. We have to, at all times, when we become parents, think about our kids. They're more important than we are because they didn't ask to be here and they can't fend for themselves. So that makes them more important than us because we can fend for ourselves. But they're helpless. So, yeah, let me shut my mouth. I'm going to get off my little podium. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. This got heavy. It wasn't supposed to be. This was supposed to be me and the girls chopping it up about life and crazy stuff. And it got real heavy. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to Callie's Homesteading with Pooh Bear. I'm your girl Pooh Bear, and I'll see y'all soon.